Hey, welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to look at SOUN. If you look at the video I posted yesterday, I closed 10 contracts of a covered call on SoundHound. It had dropped about, I think, 5, 6, 7% yesterday. I cashed in about $200 of premium. Today, what we're going to do is look at SoundHound again. You can see it's back up to 7%. So like I shared in my video yesterday, because it bounced back to the level that it was when I entered the covered call or cashed in that premium, now I'm at a place where I can open up another covered call. And so I wanted to go through kind of the technicals, look at the graphs here, and kind of walk through that with you. Like I said, I'll put a link to the video I did yesterday when I closed out the covered call yesterday, so that you can review that. Take a look at this. You'll see that it bounced back to the level of about 10.12, about 7%. So what we're looking at here is the daily chart, and you can see that we got some resistance at this level of about maybe 10.75, let's say, and then you can see there's a lot of support building at the range of about $7, and even some temporary support here at about 9.5. This is on the daily chart, lots of volume there. So you can see there's some consolidation, kind of some choppiness going on in that range. So I would expect, maybe a retest of the, 10.75 in the coming days. In the 4-hour chart, what I'm looking at here, again, you can see there's a lot of support here right at about the 10, right where we're at. So there's a lot of buying going on. That's probably why SoundHound is up 7.6% today and at this level. So 3 million buy orders at this level. So makes sense why there's an uptick there. Again, resistance at about $11 on the 1 hour. Is at the 4-hour chart. Yep, about $11. And then some support here at about the 9.7. But look at the 1-hour chart. Let's see what we got here. You can see resistance. Well, we're right at that resistance. So to me, in the short term, we're probably at a point where a covered call makes sense for me. You can see we're right at this level of 10.21. Can we break that and head up higher? Probably. 10.4, 10.7 is possible. But you can see down at the 9.27 at the bottom there. So a lot of support at 9.5. So we're right in a good range there. I think opening up a covered call for me, especially with the 8%, almost 8% upside today, is pretty significant. If I look at the 3-minute chart to see what's happening right now, you can see here that we have a lot of momentum, right? A lot of support. You can see, nice bullish trend, arrows popping. You can see that, we've hit the high from yesterday, and we're kind of consolidating on that high. Potentially, looking at it from a short term, you can see lots of bullish momentum. Had the healthy retest down here. Wick touching the cloud and the dots, pretty healthy. I mean, there's high potential possibility that, SOUN can, if we have another green candle here, that it can actually run up to about the 10.4 level today. Very, very, very possible. That would be the first target there. And then you can see, there's some higher targets there, but 10.4, roughly 10.43 could be a target we see today. A minute and 42 seconds. While we're looking at that and waiting for the next candle, what I'm going to do is go here to my portfolio here on Robinhood, one of the portfolios that I have. You can see here I have SOUN. I have 1,000 shares. So I'm going to click on that. And you can see on the 1,000 shares that I have, average cost of $6. Current value is about $10,000. and so looking at here, if I wanted to enter the shares, I would enter the buy shares here, but I'm going to click on the trade sound options, and I can buy a call, sell a call, sell a put, buy a put. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell a covered call because I own the shares. So I'm going to use my shares as collateral, and I'm going to go out, let's say 27 days. It's about a month, a little less than a month, but I'm going to look at deltas between a point, 0.2 and a 0.3. So you can see here at a $12 is about a 31 delta. 12.5 is a 26 delta. And then a 13, we're at about the 0.20. 13.5 is an 18. So I would say to be conservative, a 13 would be very conservative. 10 contracts at 100 shares per contract, that's about $279. Not bad. Considering the $13 times, it's about a 2% for the month. I'm going to look, let's see, I want to see what 0.25 right in the middle of 0.2 and 0.3 is a 25 delta. I want to see what that looks like. And so if I put 10 contracts there at a 0.35, between the bid and the ask, right in the middle, looks like it's about $350 for 1 month, which is almost 3%. It's about, a little over 2. We can do the math on that. So if I'm looking at 0.34, right, divided by 12.5, that's about a 2.7% for the month times 12. That gives me an average of 32% for the year, which is not bad on, just to collect extra income on the shares that I already own. So, just adding more income, passive income, in the sense that I click the button, I wait the 27 days, and I get to close that contract or let it expire worthless. And that premium is then locked into my account. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back and I want to look at the chart again. It looks like we're, maybe doing a retest, maybe some consolidation. I think I'm at a place where I feel comfortable at the 0.25 delta. The 12.5, if we look at that once more, if I look at 12.5 minus the current share price of 10.17, right? That's an upside of $2 per share. So if I multiply that by my 1,000 shares, that's $2,300 if it actually hits that strike price in the 27 days to come, plus another $350. So I'm looking at, if it does hit that strike price of 12.5, that's $2,680 added to my account. But if it does not hit the level of 12.5 or above, then the 350 is still locked in to my account. So that premium will be collected, will be realized, and we'll make that passive income. So what I'm going to do, you can see it's actually gone up a little bit, gone up $1. So if I put the 0.36 there, you can see it's $360. So just looking at the option, I think I'm comfortable with that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to submit that. So the orders placed, you can see the 0.35 to 0.36. I could sit and wait for it to be filled at the 0.36 once the SoundHound price increases from 10 point. But you can see, the 0.36. If if this price goes up, it'll be filled at the 0.36. Or if I want to ensure that I'm going to get filled, then I can reduce the price to 0.35. And so why don't we go ahead and do that? Hit submit. And you can see that the contract was filled, 10 contracts, 0.35 limit price for a total of $350 of premium. So if I go back to my You can see now my SoundHound is now currently in my portfolio. Got 10 contracts with the expiration date of July 3rd at a 12.5 strike price. So now it's showing up here. It's negative $10 because there's 10 contracts, and that bid ask, right, there's $1. So it starts off at that delta of negative $1 per contract, so negative $10. And now if I go here and click on it, you can see just in terms of managing and monitoring the trade as we go forward. You know, if I hit the simulated returns, you can see it's currently at negative 10. If the price stays at the 10.18, you know, it tells you over time what the premium will be realized if I was to buy back the contract at any time for a max profit of $350. So we can clearly see that. If I wait till expiration, or at any point, if the price stays at 10.7, then, for example, on June 17th, during market hours, you can see I can buy back the contract and lock in $170 of that profit. But we'll monitor the trade, and one way that I monitor the trade is you'll see here. Let's go back to here. So what I'll do is I open today, right, 6/6. A SOUN covered call, and you can see the SOUN covered call that I closed yesterday, 6/5. I closed it out for $210 a premium at a 9.59 was the stock price at that time. So now you can see, being today that the stock price is much higher than that. It went up actually. Let me go back here. Actually at 10.15. So like I said, a 7% increase. So, you know, just an amazing experience to be able to do this, right? So I'm going to go back here for a second, because what I want to do is I want to get the delta from this trade. And you can see that, let's see, sell, call, individual, yep, 27. So you can see here the 12.5, 10 contrast. So it shows you the position that I currently have. And you can see the delta is a 0.25. Like we said, implied volatility is a 95%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here and I'm going to put that data in. And the stock price at the time is, let's say, a 12.12. That's close enough for what we're looking at. Oops, 0.25, 95. 10.12, and the strike price we know is 12.5. Expiration date, go ahead and July 3rd. And you can see there's 20 days to expiration. The length open, no days because I just opened it. Days to expiration will be 27 days. I got 10 contracts. And the limit price that I opened those contracts, we'll go ahead and go here. And yeah, if I go to my history, you'll see that I opened the 10 contracts at a 0.35. So we'll go ahead and enter that in there. And you can see it takes the average price, it gives me my total projected premium, assuming I hold it to expiration. And then being that it's a covered call, what I'm looking at is saying, okay, if it's break even would be a 10.85, meaning that if the stock price goes up to 12.85, it'd be a break even on the premium, because I would not realize that gain of the stock price above the 12.5. So the premium would break me even there in terms of the stock price being at a level that balances the premium at that point. So I'll go into more on that in future videos. But yeah, so that's definitely a way to manage the trade. Yeah, again, if you're enjoying the videos and you want to learn more, we're going to put a link to our Discord community down below. You can sign up, and we have a subscription fee that'll be part of that. and you can be a part of our daily generating income, passive income. We're just having a lot of fun printing money, making money, and also, sharing as a community and learning together, and able to, head toward financial freedom together, and to be able to generate wealth for our families, income, depending on where you're at. If you're, want to learn about the stock market, want to learn about selling options, you want to learn about cryptocurrencies, you want to learn just investing in general, this is a great place to do it. If you have funds and stocks already, we can look at what are opportunities for you to make additional income on those stocks that you own. If you have cash in the bank or on the side and you're looking to invest in the market and questioning what's the best way to do that, we may have a strategy that might work for you. It may work for you. If you learn it, at least have a tool that you can reference, that you can use as possible. If you see an opportunity, you can do it, right? You would have at least a path to do that. And if you, man, I don't have money. Let's say you don't have money. You're trying to make money. You're saving money, and what better place to start to get the education so that you can drive toward that goal. And when you do have the funds available, you'll already know how to do it. And if you don't have the funds at this time, we're going to be working with the paper account, paper trading account to help you. So at least you can practice and get used to the system, the strategy, and start printing money. And even if it's paper money, because you're going to manifest that money in your life. You're going to manifest that savings. You're going to manifest money to be able to invest into a strategy that's going to make you real money. So, man, we're so excited. We would love for you to join us. Drop a comment, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Over time, we will, get to know us, and we'll hopefully get to know you. So thank you for watching. Give us a stock you'd like us to look at, and we'll break it down for you. Put it in the comments. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.